Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Utah Ice Sheet here at the Salt Lake City Sports Complex for another edition of University of Utah Hockey. Tonight, the top team in the ACHA's top flight in college hockey makes its first appearance in Utah. The top-ranked Minot State Beavers take on the Utes, and it's right here on Utah Hockey Game Day Live. Good evening, everybody. Happy Friday to you all. Matt Como alongside Boz Echevarria for this one as we get ready for the final home weekend of the season for the Utes. They'll celebrate senior night tomorrow night. We'll have that for you tomorrow at around 7 o'clock. But Boz, tonight, the top team, arguably the top college club hockey team in the entire country at any level, is here tonight, and it's a tall task for the Utes tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at this team, and I mean, obviously the number one team in all of collegiate club hockey, and you know that goes to say, I mean, that's a big task for the Utah hockey team, and I think the thing here too, you got Minot State. They're looking towards a national championship berth and winning the national championship to prove that they are the top dog, but kind of a trap game, knowing that you know you're going into nationals. You have a team that's been struggling all year. You still got to get wins to maintain that top spot.
All right, let's take a quick look at the Utah Hockey Rerun. We're about a minute away from starting lineups and our national anthem. The last weekend, Alabama was here, the 22nd ranked team in the country. Utah went toe-to-toe with the Frozen Tide last weekend, Friday and Saturday. A 4-3 overtime loss on Friday, and a 3-1 loss on Saturday. They shot 41-39 in the contest. Otto Chow, the lone goal on Saturday. It's his 5th of the year. And the big story was Patrick Casper, 38 saves in the Saturday night game. He had 87 total saves. The sophomore really stepped his game up, and he's going to have to do it again here tonight if the Utes want a shot at the win tonight.
Yeah, kind of an up and down year for Casper that he's had this year, but I think the one thing that Brett Hurst loves about him is the fact that he's always in the game, and he keeps his head in the game. And he, like any goalie, he knows that he's the backstop. He knows that he's the heart and soul of the team. And, you know, I think the growth that we've seen from him over the last couple of years has been tremendous, and it's one of the reasons why there's a lot of upside to this Utah team going into next year.
So we'll see what unfolds for the Utes. They're just making their way onto the ice, so we'll have our starting lineups and national anthem here in just a hot second. Again, for second meeting of the season between these two teams, it didn't go so well in North Dakota. Back earlier in the year, a 9-0 loss for the Utes. They'll look to do a little bit better than that tonight as they get Minot State for the first time ever here on home ice.
Yeah, and I think we're going to head down to the ice level right now. We'll come back with those keys, right?
Yep, so we'll talk about that when we get back from our opening festivities. Let's send it downstairs. Public address announcer Justin Long with tonight's starting lineups and national anthem.
University Beavers and your University of Utah State Utes. Starting lineups for this evening. First, for Minot State University. Left defense, number 93, Austin Yano. Right defense, number 20, Kerry Morrison. Left wing, number 18, Sam Briscoe. Center, number 37, Dylan Gales. Right wing, number 74, Joel Swellow. And in goal for the Beavers, number 39, Joshua Ikowski. Starting lineup for your University of Utah State Utes. Left defense, number 7, Tristan Leverdine. Right defense, number 8, David Barr. Left wing, number 4, Darren Banks. Center, number 25, Alex King. Right wing, number 6, Connor Meany. And in goal for your State Utes, number 30, Patrick Casper. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly rise and gentlemen remove your caps for the singing of the Seedings National Anthem. The Seedings National Anthem is performed by the AISU Chamber Singers.
All right, there you have it, folks. In case you missed it, here are tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting Minot State Beavers, in goal will be number 39, Joshua Bukowski. Hits his 15th start of the season, a perfect 14-0 on the season, a 1.29 goals allowed average, and a 93.4 save percentage. He'll be in between the pipes for the Beavers. On defense, number 20, Kerry Morrison, and number 93, Austin Yano. And the forward line, number 18, Sam Briscoe, number 37, Dylan Gatos, and number 74, John Swedlow. As for the Utes, number 30, Patrick Casper will be back in between the pipes tonight. It's his 25th game of the season, 6-18 his record. A 4.80 goals allowed average, an 86.6 save percentage. Tristan Lieberknight, David Barnes on the blue line tonight for Utah. And then Darren Banks, Connor Meany, and Alex King round out the starting five for the University of Utah. The Utes are in the white uniforms tonight. They move left to right in this first period. Minot State's in the black uniforms, moving right to left as we get ready to go on a Friday night from Salt Lake City. The puck drop is underway between Utah and Minot State. The Beavers winning the opening draw as Yano will play it back into his own end. Minot State, as Boz mentioned a couple of moments ago, one of the top teams in the ACHA, looking for a little momentum before Nationals come around next month. Here's Yano into the zone. He'll fire a wrist shot. It's saved by Patrick Casper for the first save of the night with 19:39 to go. So with anything for Minot State from this standpoint, it's building that momentum to make a deep run into the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the biggest things that you look for at any playoff team, especially towards the end of the year. You want to be building with momentum into the playoffs, no matter what it be, like Stanley Cup Finals, March Madness, ACHA, Division I tournament. Usually the team that rolls in with the most momentum has a lot of success going into the tournament. We see that just a couple of years ago. I mean, the University of UConn walked into the NCAA tournament, 6-game win streak, and ended up winning the whole thing.
Now, Minot State, they've year in and year out have been one of the top two teams in the Division I flight of the ACHA, but no national championships, though. They've always seemed to kind of falter at some point through the tournament, being in a single elimination tournament. Central Oklahoma winning a season ago. They didn't even make the championship game last year, despite being the number one team in the country.
Yeah, number one's good and all. I mean, it sets you up in a good position, but ultimately, when you're in a sudden death tournament, a winner or go home type deal, you have to be playing your best hockey at that time. And sometimes teams, that the worry is when teams win too much during the regular season, they kind of get a little burnt out towards the end.
That was a good hit behind the Utah cage by number 14, Adam Wowrick, as the Minot State Beavers continue their offensive pressure, their first ever trip to the state of Utah. As here comes Utah, Anthony Kadar into the zone. He'll fire a shot. It's shrugged off by Bukowski. And over here to the near corner. So Utah gets its first shot of the game from Kadar, trying to keep it on side. Perry takes a hack at it. It floats out of play. And Utah, even if the shot count at 1-1, we're a minute and a half in. Utah and Minot State. Keys to tonight, Buzz. What do the Utes have to do to get it done tonight?
I think the number one thing is skate hard. You look at this Minot State team, the one thing that sticks out is they win battles, they skate hard, and they're going 100% every shift. And that's not to say that Utah doesn't do that, but you really have to be on your horse and be aware when you're playing this Minot State team. One of the reasons why they are the number one team, they win a lot of battles and create their own opportunities.
Yep, Minot State 28-2 and a one shootout loss on the season. The three losses, all Western teams. Trip to Colorado, a shootout loss there, a 1-goal loss at UNLV, and then a loss against Jamestown. Those 3 losses for Minot this year. Here comes Flom into the zone. He'll fire a shot again right in the breadbasket of Casper, who holds on for another whistle with 18:06 to go here in his first period. And all eyes are on Casper tonight. He's got to have a big game if the Utes want to be in it.
Yeah, he's been tasked with a lot of adversity this year, kind of being thrown into the number one spot and being thrust into that. And I mean, of course, he's had his bumps along the road, but I think one of the things that we saw last year in the games that he played, and especially this year, he knows what he's doing. There's a lot of opportunities for Patrick Casper to grow into a true number one and be someone who could really kind of carry this Utah team. That's kind of been the forte of this program at least for the past 8 years, is remarkable goaltending.
Minot State in their own end, breaking the puck out. Eric Ballifer will bring it ahead now as passes it up the near side, looking for Gatos, but it was behind him. Now it's back to Utah. Darren Banks with time in his own end. He'll skate it along himself. Gatos with a good poke check, and now Minot with an opportunity. They ring the crossbar. Number 74, that's Joe Swedlow with a chance to put the Beavers up early here, rings the crossbar. Top of the point, another shot goes wide to Casper. Here on the near side, Banks takes a hack at it, trying to get it out of the zone. It's going to be just shuffled out to neutral ice. It's picked up again by the Beavers. Cut off pass by Barnes. Minot's in the middle of a change, so Barnes will send it hard after gaining the red line. Up ahead the near side, Eric Bollifer. Otto Chow with a check. Bollifer still brings it ahead as he sends one in front. It's cut off by Meijer, who rings it up the near side boards. Has Chow ahead of the play. Passes it along, has West, weaves through to the defense. Now a backhand deflected up and out of play with 16:47 to go. So Otto Chow had the lone goal last Saturday night. Good job breaking that puck out, finds West for a good scoring opportunity.
Yeah, I like Utah speed earlier. They're matching Minot State skate for skate right now. Going back to that play that led to Swedlow's opportunity, though, is one of those things. Even if you're coming out of the zone, you have an opportunity to get it up to your teammate, neutralize, just get it out. Give your team a shot at, resetting itself.
Outlet pass near side for Moore as he looks for a pass in front, and Casper with a big save. He's tested early and often in this one, makes a nice save down on the Utah end to keep this a scoreless hockey game.
Good job there by Casper getting over. But again, like if you're a player, just get out of your defensive zone. Give your team a shot and force the other team to have to regroup over at center ice.
Lane Bridges goes against Lyndon Lipinski, one of the three Lipinskis on this team for Minot State. Is Utah able to win the draw, sending it back into the Minot end, but here they come quickly the other side. Lipinski has it poked away from him and up and out of play with 16:22 to go. So teams still feeling each other out. Minot State's had the majority of opportunities so far. They only lead on the shot count, though, 2-1 here early in this first period. Pass stolen away by Patrick O'Brien. He gives it to Kadar into the zone, and we're going to get our first penalty of the night, and it's a slashing call. And it might be a 4-minute penalty here on Minot, as it'll be number 21, I believe. Number 20, that's Kerry Morrison.
Well, hold on. I think Yano's coming off too, because I know the ref pointed at him after it. Might be an unsportsmanlike against him.
I'm going to come over and talk about it. It's a slashing call on Morrison, and now here comes number 33. That's Lyndon Lipinski into the box. Or excuse me, that's Yano. That's into the box. 93. So the starting defensive pair for Minot is in the box.
Yeah, it's early 5-on-3.
It'll be a 5-on-4, the misconduct penalty. So he'll go sit for a little bit. So it's number 20 that takes the slashing penalty. It's Kerry Morrison on the slashing call, and Utah with his first power play of the night here early. Minot State quickly quells that one as they send it up ahead. Weaving back and forth, a shot saved by Casper. Nice job by Craig Fournier.
Good job by Casper getting big there too.
As here comes Utah. They'll try to get the early strike here on the power play. Banks into the zone, looks for the cross ice pass, takes a deflection before it's gloved down by Meany. Utes trying to set up. Now Banks behind the net. Shuffled off here on the near side. King helping out as well. Now King, top of the point, Petrie. Petrie fires a shot. It's just wide of Bukowski. And Minot State able to poke it out of the zone. Beavers want to change. They're going to be able to change 3 of the 4 as Utah takes its time bringing it back in. Meany to King. Quickly over to the far side looking for Meijer. And it's a 10-minute misconduct to Yano, so we won't see him for a while. It's Minot State trying to clear the zone. This time they do, and it's just past the stick of Liebernite all the way down the ice.
Well, it could have been a formation of a couple of words. Maybe a word that we'll leave out, and then probably something involving the U formation.
Oh, I'm sure that was in there in some way, shape, or form.
Refs usually don't take too kindly to anything that's directed with a U on it.
Minot State able to clear. Barnes back for Utah. He's being pressured hard by Brooks. As Barnes takes a tumble coming around the corner there, and has to just throw an errant pass up the ice, and Minot State will gladly clear once again. We're down to 30 to go on the power play. Barnes will try once again. Fumbles the puck at the hash mark, so Gary gains control near side. Up ahead for West. Looks for the cross ice pass, finds Fornelius, has a man in front looking for Chow, but the pass denied by Minot State, and once again they clear the zone. Quickly the other way, though, is West. He'll play it in. Let the Utes chase after it with final 5 seconds ticking off the clock. Chow with a nice check. It's loose down low as the Beavers are back to full strength. Morrison out of the box. And here come the Beavers. Killian will send this all the way down. This will be icing on the Beavers. So no change as they have to keep that penalty kill unit out there.
Good battle there. I mean, for most of that PK, they were just clearing the puck down. So, nevertheless, I mean, anytime you're out there skating and you're on it's a special teams kill, you're going to use some energy. We'll see how your fitness is this late in the year.
So Minot State back to full strength. The Utes are 0 for 1 on the power play now as a drive from the blue line gets either deflected up out of play or just an errant shot. I think it was a deflection. Nope, it's going to come outside the zone.
Looks like might have been aiming for the GoPro.
Nope, it will stay in. So it is a deflection up and out of play. That was Bryce Lipinski with the shot from the blue line. 13:56 to go first period. Still no score. Minot State and Utah. Second meeting of the season between these two teams. Utah on their own end, high off the glass, and just goes into the penalty box. And loose pucks seem to be the big thing so far tonight. That's the fourth one up out of play so far here in the first about 6 minutes and change.
Well, come down to the bar and get a souvenir, free one.
Yep. Always like those special edition pucks that the Utes have.
Yeah. And they are, they're fun. They make for good mantle, good paperweight for work in the office.
I've seen a couple of good collections at various players' houses.
Yeah.
As we get the first goal of the game for Minot State, it's Sam Briscoe from the top of the slot, and Minot State gets its first goal of the night. They lead 1-0.
Yeah, it looks like Casper was screened off a little bit. He didn't see that puck coming. Might have lost track of it. Obviously, a tough puck to stop when you go top shelf like that, but just important when he wins off the face-off.
So that's Sam Briscoe. It's his 12th of the year, and it puts Minot State up 1-0 here. Coming up on 7 minutes to go in the first period. Beavers win the draw. Bollifer will give it to his D partner, Kyle Lipinski. There, I've made all three of the Lipinski references so far in this one.
No pirouettes yet.
No icing as Utah's back in. Of course, Tara Lipinski, the NBC Olympics commentator.
I would have gone 98 gold medalist, but that works too.
Can go either way.
Yeah.
As D-to-D pass, Lipinski near side. Looking for more, had to kind of take a hack at it. Now Lyndon Lipinski will bring it in. Lyndon looks to walk in front, has a man on the back door, but just misses the stick of Brooks, and now Kyle Lipinski has it.
Almost reminiscent of the Sedin twins having that line out there.
Yeah, Henrik and Daniel, long time forwards for the Canucks. Teams battling 3-on-2 in the corner. As Wowrick to the top of the point, quickly near side as a shot by Foreman is saved by Casper. Rung harder on the boards, racing after it is Fournier. He can't get to it. And goes backhand of Foreman near side. Now quick pass ahead, finds number 14, Adam Wowrick. Nice pass to the center of the zone. Flom, he gets hooked up by Meany, and that'll be the first penalty of the night for Utah. As Connor Meany go to the box, 2 minutes for hooking, 12:09 to go.
Kind of got caught with his feet. Feet kind of not moving a little bit. That usually leads to penalties like that. When you get caught for that slight second of where you're looking around, looking for someone to guard or someone to watch, the player, your man will kind of skate right by you, get caught off, and you have to take a penalty there.
So Connor Meany goes 2 minutes for hooking, and Minot gets its first taste of the power play tonight. They set up quickly in the zone. Lipinski top of the point, quickly passed around, comes here to the top of the point. Morrison to Lipinski with a shot saved by Casper, and Alex King hits Slaw on the bench, but we keep going on.
It might have gotten the padding on the corner over there.
It might have. As we get a whistle.
I think we got a high touch.
It's going to be a face-off. We're going to have a conference between the officials here. Minot State's appealing where this face-off should be. It looks like it is a high stick, so it'll be back in Minot's end. So 11:43 to go here in this first period. Minot State on the power play and wins the draw on their own end. Lipinski passes it to Morrison near side. He'll have it bounce off his stick. Utah gets it only to the red line before it's picked up by Wowrick. Quickly over to the far side, picked up by Sheshuk. Looks for something in front. Tipped away by Utah. Minot State back in control though now. Shane Sheshuk up the top of the point. Lipinski quickly across to Morrison. Looks for the backdoor pass. Nobody home.
A lot of traffic out in front.
Back to Lipinski, top of the point. Back down low. Flom has it deflected on net to Casper. He can't corral it. So keep going. Lipinski. Back to Sheshuk. Down low in the corner. Sheshuk gets it back down to Kyle Lipinski. Top of the point. A drive. It's turned aside by Casper. Morrison quickly to Lipinski. 40 seconds to go on the power play. Looking for the back door. Good job by Barnes to get in the way. Back to Minot State though. Backdoor pass. Good passing from the Beavers here. They go back and forth. Now Sheshuk with a shot. It's saved by Casper. Cornelius going to try and clear the zone. He only gets it to about the hash marks. Where Flom will pick it up with 20 to go. Top of the point. Lipinski a drive. Looking for a tip with Sheshuk. Casper dives out to stop. Slow it down with 10:24 to go. A very impressive display of passing and shooting from Minot, but Casper able to slow it down.
Yeah, absolutely. Casper just finding that opportunity. He's really kind of hard right there. Going back to kind of that odd man rush that started this whole thing. Liebenwright doing a good job getting in that passing lane in front of the net, taking that away, and that was one of the passes that Minot State was looking for. Denied of an opportunity. That's one of the things, especially if you're a young defenseman. A lot of people like to go chase the puck on an odd man rush. But, you know, let the goalie take the shot, take away the pass.
Final 3 seconds, 2 and 1. Meaning out of the box. Minot State 0 for 1 on the power play now. As we're back to even strength coming up on the halfway point of the first period. Minot's pass off target to Foreman, who retreating in the own end as the Beavers regroup. Put it high in the air. Meijer will chase after it. Looks for an outlet pass. It's stolen away by Swedlow. To the top of the point, Foreman keeps it on side. Down low in the corner, Swedlow. Looks for a man off of his skate. Now Utah had an opportunity to push it ahead. Kadar can't corral the pass. No icing as Minot State got a touch of it. Utes in the middle of a change. Gives Minot the opportunity to break the puck out. Briscoe over quickly to the far side. Lipinski will play it down low. Teams battle for it in the corner.
Blew a tire out there in the corner. Looks like that was
trying to drag it out of there. Now it comes to the slot. Minot State's got it again. A shot deflected by Meany. Playing over to the near side. Banks trying to get it out. Instead, Gatos will get it back in. Minot State will change up the line. Looking for the home run pass for King. It's behind him, and no icing waved off by the officials. Looked like it was going to go for the whistle, but we play on. Beavers kick it ahead. Losing his stick was Bollifer, and that's going to be a penalty on Utah for that, and a 10-minute misconduct. So Connor Meany will sit for the remainder of the first period. And he'll take his 2-minute hooking call and a 10-minute misconduct.
Well, ref's not having it today, that's for sure. Kind of a short leash for both players.
Yep, so we've seen 2 10-minute misconducts in the first 11 minutes of this game as Yano's still in the box for Minot State after taking that 10-minute misconduct 3 minutes in. And now Connor Meany will sit a 2 and a 10. 2 minutes for hooking, 10-minute misconduct. So we won't see Connor Meany from the first line until the second period. Coming over will be Anthony Kadar to serve his 2-minute penalty. And Minot State quickly back to the power play. They're second of the night. They're 0 for 1. Utes able to win the draw and send it back to neutral ice. Chow trying to hack at it. Instead picked up by Flom, who goes over to the far side. Foreman will skate it along. Now that's Sheshuk. Quickly to Kyle Lipinski. Beavers set up. Morrison quickly down to Sheshuk. Back to Morrison. Playing catch on that far side. Sheshuk a drive and he scores. Shane Sheshuk, his 12th of the year, and it's a power play goal for Minot. It's 2-0.
Yeah, it's good puck movement from Minot. I mean, obviously we're working around the outside, but trying to create different angles. They finally got the shot that they were looking for and took it. And that's one of the things that Minot State does. I mean, everything that they do is hard. They skate hard, they play hard, they pass hard, and they shoot hard. And that's one of the adjustments that you're going to have to make. especially as your growth continues. We talk about Utah making steps and making growth. That's one of the things you have to adjust for is teams playing harder and that speed coming up. And one of the things that you can't teach is speed and playing with it.
So that's Shane Sheka, his 12th of the year, puts Minot State up by 2 here in the first period. So, and here comes Minot again, 2-on-2. Nice pass, shot turned aside by Casper. That was Fournier with the chance on it. As Gosseris can't bring it in onside, Bridges offside on the far side.
Look close from up here, but of course,
just couldn't drag that foot enough to stay onside. So offside, 7:50 to go. It's 2-0 Minot here in this first period. We'll have a reset here right in front of us in the neutral zone. Matthew Perry with a nice draw, wins it off the draw and plays it right into Minot territory. They'll quickly ring it around the glass and chase after it. Back behind the net. O'Brien ends up taking Casper's glove and stick. Trying to go around the corner there. And we're going to get a whistle for that stoppage.
Yeah, usually a safety thing, something like that when a goalie loses his gear. It's one thing for a player to do that. I mean, it's still not exactly safe, but if, you know, you're the guy who's responsible for taking.
Don't see that very often, though, too. Your own player taking off your goaltender's gear.
Yeah, normally it's the other team that does that.
Minot State sets up once again. Now backdoor Casper. Nice job coming across for that save. Minot State still in business, though.
Casper a little late coming across after making that save, though.
Gatos down low. Back and forth they come. Now it comes out in front. Now Jackson Barlocker has time to skate it ahead. He'll gain the red line, send it in, and Utah will change up the line. Bukowski hasn't been really tested a whole lot, just the one shot early in this first period for him. Shots 10-1 in favor of Minot as it stands right now, as Barnes will fire one that won't be credited for a shot, but it's in the glove of Bukowski. An offensive drop coming for Utah.
Well, it's a good forecheck by Minot State that's creating these opportunities. And it's not even it's just applying the pressure and having the other team know that you're there. The presence of a player, knowing that he's there, it's a mental game, and that was a tough save there by Bukowski.
Yeah, Bukowski with a really good save there is Lieberknight from the top of the point. Looked like he had eyes for that far corner just off the...
Looked like it changed the direction a couple of times, too.
And we'll try it again. Here's Lieberknight again. This one's well off the target. As Barnes trying to hold on to it in the zone. They do. Chow makes a nice move. He'll play one from the top of the point. It's easily steered aside by Bukowski. Over the far side, King tries to keep it onside. Instead, Minot breaks it up, but a good steal by Barnes in the neutral zone. He takes a check for his efforts, and it's back in Minot's end. Beavers will settle it down. Morrison behind his net. Beavers will set up their breakout. Picking up the puck, Lyndon Lipinski gives it back to Morrison. Looks for the stretch pass. Finds a man, bouncing puck. Now Lipinski forced to just play it in. Lieberknight will play up the near side. Cody West gets by a man, but has it poked away from him. Fournier will give it over to the far side for Killian. Sheshek has one already tonight. Has it poked away. They'll bring it in himself again. Plays it into the near corner. Meijer tries to clear. It's kept in by Morrison. Quickly over to Killian, who tips it on frame to Casper. Makes a save. Yano's out of the box. His 10-minute misconduct is over. The Beavers get one of their top defensemen back. And they have an offensive draw here with 5:45 to go. Draw here on the near side. One by Minot State. Quickly past the top of the point. Lipinski. Run hard around the boards. Killian has it behind. Team still hacking at it. Petrie trying to clear up the boards. He does. Waiting for it is Perry. Fires a backhand looking for Kadar and heads up. Good hit from Reese Foreman. Caught Kadar with his head down.
It's a bit of a size mismatch there.
Pass stolen away. Here's Pendle. Brings it into the zone. 1-on-2. His shot denied as it hops in the air. Stick is down on that far side. One of the Minot players lost a stick on that shot. No harm, no foul as Minot comes in 2-on-2. Nice lead for Sheshik. He'll go for the backdoor pass. Good defense by O'Brien, though. Jams up the shot. Back behind the net is Craig Fournier. Gives it to Flom. Well, he lost the control of it. Here comes Utah. Outlet pass, Alex King. Brings it in himself. Poked away, though, by Reese Foreman. And here comes Minot again. Flom, near side, gets it right back. Looks for a center pass. Man tied up, but he turns around and scores. It's Craig Fournier at the bottom of the slot this time, and it's a 3-goal lead for Minot State.
When talk about an impressive goal, he got shoved down there, sitting on the ice Fournier, and just turns around, uses that nice long stick, nice long reach, and gets it past the outstretched leg for the far post on Casper. I mean, that is a grinding effort to get a goal right there.
Yep, just able to turn around and fire that shot. It's going to be Fournier's 8th of the year. It ties his assist mark. Now at 16 points on the year, and it's 3-0. As we're back underway, Yano quickly over to the far side. Stolen away by Fornelius, keeps it on side. It's on into Bukowski. Steers it aside, as here comes Minot. Yano will skate it along. Into the zone, fires one in front. Shot is saved by Casper. Skating up along is Guy Petrie, still weaving through everybody, but this time pushed it a little too far. He'll retreat and change with the rest of his teammates. Minot State comes 3-on-2, but Swedlow gets by 2 of them with his speed. Good back check, though, by O'Brien. It's back out to center ice. Under 4 minutes to play here in this first period. Our game is 3-0 Minot. Shots 11-4 in favor of the Beavers. A shot here on the near side by Bolivar is blocked by O'Brien. Defenseman getting in the way of that one. And Utes get a turnover. Here comes Pendle looking for Hunter. He'll ring it hard around the boards. Takes a bounce off that.
Looks like
that
the
Doro,
Zamboni door,
Doro in the corner. Lipinski sends it in. Chasing after it is Brooks. We'll take a check from Lieberknight.
A lot of personality this rink has.
Brooks takes a check from behind, and it'll be another penalty on Utah with 3:17 left, and it'll be Eric Gosseris' turn to head to the box. Third penalty of the first period for Utah, and Minot State once again another power play. And another 10-minute misconduct on Utah. So Gosseris is going to have a 10-minute misconduct. Someone's got to come over and serve that too.
Well, I mean, you talk about frustrations, and this season for sure has been full of frustrations for this Utah hockey team. And especially when you have the record that you do, that kind of reflects on the way that you play, the way that you handle yourselves in adverse situations. And this is exactly what's going to happen. I mean, you have to love the fact this team plays with emotion, but there comes a point in time where you have to learn how to control that emotion to keep your team in the game. And being down 3 goals early in the first, not the time to show that kind of emotion, especially after the fact when you had your own teammate take a 10-minute game or a 10-minute misconduct for the exact same thing.
So Kadar will once again come over to serve the penalty. So Meany's done until about 18 minutes of the second period, and Gosseris will be back around probably around the 16-minute mark.
Those are 2 top players for the Utes that are out.
As Minot once again will go to the power play. They're 1 for 2. Beavers set up in the zone. Bolivar over to Sheshik. Gets it right back. Playing catch on that far side. Minot's very patient in the offensive zone here on the power play. Is Bolivar down low. Quick passing as Lipinski was shot. Now loose near side as Morrison fires one that's turned aside by Casper and cleared the zone. Pass near side. Morrison will try to send one in. It's off the skate of King. Now gives it to Walrick near side. Letting Lipinski go after into the corner. Lieberknight takes the hack. It's kept by the Beavers. Now a battle ensues, 2-on-2. Coming up on a minute to go on the power play. 2:19 remains in the period. Now it's a 3-on-2 battle. Chow thinks better of it. Utah doing a good job of killing time as Puck comes up to Morrison. He fans on his pass, and King gets a stick on it, able to send it down the ice.
Yeah, it's about time for a change. That was a good pull up there. I mean, of course, you always want to take the opportunity, but you don't want to leave yourself vulnerable to an expansion of this lead.
So Minot State will reset with 35 seconds to go in the power play. Penalty was number 2, Eric Gossers. It was 2 minutes for 2 minutes for checking from behind. As Minot, Lipinski will shoot, and a good save from Casper.
Tough save there.
Yeah, good job from the sophomore goaltender, able to make the save there.
Looks like we got an equipment issue. Was that Petrie who has it, or is it West?
I believe that's Petrie over there.
Yeah, ref came over, just told him, hey, strap it up, man. Always looks cool having that strap off, though.
Oh, yes. Everybody wants to be the cool guy with the one strap off. Fortunately, that's against the rules. Here's Minot. Quick touch pass. That rings off the near post and slides across that goal line. Doesn't cross it, though, and we keep going. Utes getting ready to get back to full strength in 5 seconds. Here's a shot. Rings the pipe again off a deflection. Lipinski will play one in as Utah is back to full strength with 1:13 to go. Top of the point, a shot. It's just wide of the frame. Now another attempt. Minot down low. This one deflected through traffic. And Utah trying to clear. Lipinski says no. And here they come again. Flama backhand. This one stopped by Casper, and he'll hold on. 57.5 to go. And the Utes will get a change here in the final minute.
Yeah, talk about this power play. And you talk about how the puck movement of Minot State. And one of the things that I've kind of noticed already is they know where they're going with the puck before they even get it. As it's coming to them, they know what they want to do with it. And that's sound hockey. That explains why they're the #1 team in the country.
Win the draw to the top of the point. Morrison to Swedlow and sends one in front. Deflection. Good bat out of the air by Barnes. Able to send that back out to center ice. Beavers look for the home run pass. They find it as here come the Beavers looking for the wraparound try. Good defense by Alex King. As Casper was caught without his stick. He still doesn't have his stick as it's shot from the point. Bounces through. Casper makes a save. It's still loose. They hack at it once, twice, 3 times, and it's back out off of a Minot stick to center ice. Back under now with 15 seconds to go. Minot with one last change before the period ends. Morrison cuts off a pass and breaks out a 2-on-1. Wowrick into the zone. Casper holds. Oh, it looked like it might have been behind him. He's able to hold on with 7 seconds to go.
It was kind of lost. I guess it was kind of sitting on top of his leg pad there. But again, Lieberite again with a defensive play, taking away the pass and forcing the shot on Casper. I mean, I think that sends a lot of messages in there, not just with Lieberite knowing what he's supposed to do, but that puts a lot of trust in the goalie. Hey, I'm gonna take my man, you take the shot, you make the save. Those messages go a long way, especially when your team's struggling and you have a goalie who's young and in a way finding his way.
So 7 seconds to go. Quick shot off the draws, kicked aside by Casper, and that should do it for the first period as the horn sounds. And 20 minutes in the books here from Salt Lake City. The Beavers living up to their #1 ranking here tonight. They have a 3-goal lead after 20 minutes of play.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of everything you expected out of Minot State in a way, and I think they've done a good job forcing pressure, forcing Utah to kind of turn the puck over a lot, and kind of forcing a lot of mistakes from Utah, and that's what you want to do if you're the #1 team. So kind of more of the same for Minot State. If you're Utah, I mean, got to keep skating hard, got to keep your feet moving. And one of the things, you got to read the play. Hockey, as much as it is a physical game, it's very much a mental game.
So we'll see what is in store for the second period as everybody has the conversations with the officials tonight after 3 10-minute misconducts issued in that first period. So Utah will be without Connor Meany and Eric Gossers for the first couple of minutes to start the second period. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have your first period stats, and we'll get you your second period face-off. We're through 20 minutes here in Salt Lake City. The Minot State Beavers have a 3-0 lead on the Utah Utes. Stick around. We'll be back in about 18 minutes with your second period here tonight. Have a good intermission. We'll be back in just about 18 minutes. it a little too far ahead, looking for that breakaway. The Beavers were in the middle of a change, able to get a man back there in Lipinski to cut that. That play off.
Yeah, it looks like Balfour slid a little too far. Didn't get enough edge in the ice and kind of slid out and lost his handles on the puck.
That fresh ice out, puck will slide a little quicker for the first couple of minutes here.
It's always interesting because you always like playing on that fresh sheet of ice, but you think about hockey and the way it goes, it's played
capitated sheet of ice. Wonder what that looks like.
We're trying to use big words here.
A vocabulary lesson here on Utah. Game Day Live is the Utes with a shot. O'Brien lost it. Now here comes Minot 3-on-1. Sheshik has a man on the back door, finds him, but able to get a stick in the way was.
I'll try to stop being a Cecil-Fidelian.
Now that's a word right there. 7 to go. Hopefully there's no kerfuffles tonight. Oh, Sheshik, look for the far side. Instead, it's Utah breaking the puck out here. They come 3-on-2. Chow lost it in his feet.
I think that puck found a wet spot right there. Just
maybe a chance of snow over the weekend. Here comes Fournier, 1-on-2, dodges a man. Holding on to not touching that puck in the middle of a change. That was Reed Hunter. Smart play. Now Fournier will send one in front as the tip shot by Gatos just goes wide. Why not stay back in business? Down low is Blake Fournier. Gives it up in front, stolen away by Utah. And now another shot is turned aside by Casper. Blake behind the net. Gives it over to the far side. Gatos' pass is cut off. Looking for number 18, Sam Briscoe. Utes chip it up the boards. Hunter will help it along to neutral ice. Utes still can't change though as Briscoe brings it onside. Looking for the cross ice pass. Pendle helps out Lipinski. He fires a shot just wide. Ended up tipping it right to him. Now a 3-on-2 battle. Brooks, down low Lipinski, walks in, has all kinds of time. Had Brooks on the back door, but he fanned on the shot. Utes just trying to get it out of the zone and get a change here as another shot pass in front is denied. Now a shot from the top of the point by Balfour is saved by Casper. Another Sinai shot. This one will find the back of the net. As that's number 93, Austin Yano from the top of the point, and it extends Minot's lead to 4.
Well, it was a good screen there by Moore in front, and a long change, kind of going back to the Quagmire. This is one of the Quagmires of the second period, the long change, and that's where Utah got caught on, was because of that long change. You clear it, but you didn't clear it deep enough, so you guys didn't get the change over, and it allowed Minot State to get the change. A lot of their pressure, keeping that forecheck on. Moore camped out in front, and it was a good clean shot there by Minot State. 4th goal of the game.
So that's Austin Yano. It's his 16th of the year as Minot looks for more by Casper to Killian in front. Yano, that's his 16th of the year. That's now lead for Minot State, a defenseman with the team leading goals. Shows you how dangerous this Minot.
Back the other end, unfortunately, has goal for Minot State. So, that's one of those things, potentially it's a 2-goal swing right there.
So that's Fournier. It's his 9th of the year. His 7th night, so he's on hat-trick watch. Beavers still control down low. Brooks up the far side, backhands it down low. Now it's loose here on the near side, picked up by Lipinski. Quickly to Foreman, quickly across as a shot, and they score. This will be number 51. That's Eric Balfour, his first of the night, and just like that, it's now 6-0.
Oh, Moore again kept out in the front of the net. Moore said he didn't get it, so it looked like it was a clean screen. Went 5-hole on Casper in between the legs, and game getting a little out of hand halfway through the second.
So 6:35 to go second period. The lead is now up to 6 for the Beavers. Swedlow over to the far side. Quickly comes Minot, looking for more. Pass off of a Utah skate. Now they'll send it along. Fornelius has it. There they come 2-on-2. Fornelius will shoot. It's blocked by Bukowski off of his blocker. Simons here in the near corner. Utah just looking for something here. So Foreman and Brooks get credit on the assist on that last goal for Minot. Beavers getting scoring from all over the place tonight. Multiple players with points tonight as Utah does not win that icing call. Again, another interesting call from the officials. Looked like Petrie had a step on that one. Instead, we keep going. Over the near side, Briscoe off of his skate. Petrie will try to clear the zone, kept in by Gatos. Gives it to the top of the point. Looking for Morrison, instead stolen away by King, and they break it out 3-on-2. Banks into the zone. He stumbles, trying to make a toe drag. Now it's loose here on the near side. They hack at it once, twice. Still blowing around. Bukowski was out of position. It comes to the point where Liebernite fans on a wrist shot. Second attempt is kicked aside, and we settle once more. Top of the point, Liebernite. Wrist shot on the ice, blocked by Minot State. Here they come the other way. This one will be icy. No, waved off. As Barnes got to it in time, as he takes a tumble.
Looks like he might have been held there.
And fans want the call. No, nothing from either official. And it's Minot State. Nice toe drag. Sheshik, he's hacked as he comes down low, and a backhand by a Wawrick. And it's now 7-0. So once again, what could have been a penalty, a power play for Utah ends up in the back of Utah's own net just a couple seconds later. Now it's all Minot State here in the second period.
Well, it's kind of unfortunate. I mean, like, you talk about missed calls. You don't ever want to mention. I will say this. I try as hard as I can to not mention officiating, maybe having an impact on the game. But those are kind of two opportunities. Maybe one that you could have had a penalty shot. One that, I mean, from up here it looked like a hold. I mean, we'll talk about angles and talk about officiating might not having an angle. But, I mean, you learn it when you go to officiating school. You know, if something doesn't look right, it probably isn't right.
So we keep playing with under 5 minutes now to go. That's 4 goals for Minot here in this second period as Utah will skate it along with time. Here's Meany up ahead looking for Hunter. It's off target. Or excuse me, that's Pendle looking for Hunter. Pass just a little off, and here comes Minot State. Turnover. Hunter's got a 1-on-4 opportunity here and realizes his number disadvantage and just gains the run line.
At the same time, from the officiating side, of course, officials are always being evaluated. And one of the things that officials would much rather have on their report is a missed call over an incorrect call.
Here on the near side, Pendle with a nice poke check. That breaks out Meijer. Meijer trying to toe drag through 2 defenders, could not. And now here comes Brooks 1-on-1 going against West. Good poke check from Cody. Forces Minot back in over to the far side. Now Bridges will hold it in the corner. We're down to 3:15 to go here in this period. Shot from the point. Casper with a save, and it's iced down the other way by Utah, and Yana will touch up with 3:07 to go. It's 7-0 Minot as they have 6 different scorers here in this one.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, Minot State's doing their thing. It's what we expected to be the #1 team. But I mean, we don't ever want to throw the officials under the bus. But I mean, again, like, they are being evaluated, and talking with a lot of officials, you know, missed calls and incorrect calls no one likes to see it. But again, you know, there's different aspects of the officiating side of the game that we don't have eyes into. Or an angle from.
Yeah, that's true. As we got 2:40 to go, here comes West, 1-on-2. And has it poked away. Minot State back in control. They'll just chip it up and chase after it. Lipinski racing after it. Instead, Barnes gets to it in time. Beavers in the middle of a change as they keep the zone. They're looking for that stretch pass for Utah as they were in the middle of their own change. Liebernite will settle the puck. D-to-D to Barnes. Utah setting up a breakout here. Looking for the cross-ice pass. Blocked by Minot. Chow's pass is stolen away. And Utah still able to push it ahead. Good play by Banks here to apply some pressure. Outlet pass, Minot again. Using that precision passing. They've been excellent passing the puck tonight.
Yeah, tape to tape, a lot of them.
Just tapped along. This one, that should be a hook as well. This one goes with a no call as well. Referees just kind of, at this point,
Maybe
bit
of a makeup call.
Maybe just kind of letting it go with the lopsided score. Wouldn't be the first time we've seen Utah officials do something like that. As loose here on the near side.
Won't see that the next couple weeks if you're watching the Olympic hockey.
No, yep. No NHL players in the Olympics this year. As we're down to a minute 20 to go. That's Lane Bridges that takes a shot over on that far side. Or excuse me, that's Chow.
Man, not sure what happened there.
Kind of just an incidental contact after the whistle there. 1:21 to go in the second period. It's 7-0 to score.
Oh, well, it's looks like it's something sportsmanlike that's being handed to Chow.
And head coach Brett Harris wants to know what's going on. And it is going to be a penalty to Chow. Very interesting. He gets hit in front of the bench and ends up taking the penalty. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, right now, if you're Brett Harris, I think you have a plethora and a long list of gripes right now just from the second period alone.
A plethora? A plethora?
Well, plethora. Yeah,
a tomato.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things.
So Minot gets another power play. It's their 5th of the night. They're 1 for 4. They go back to work. I'm curious to see what the call was. We'll hear it over the intercom here. Another unsportsmanlike. That's the third unsportsmanlike call on Utah tonight. 2 misconducts and then that 2-minute minor right there. So very interesting out of what we've seen tonight.
Yeah, it's interesting to figure out what would have been said.
We mentioned the short leash the referees have had for the words in that first period. As Casper makes a save, this one he'll hold on to.
Yeah, I didn't see a whole lot
I didn't either,
over there that would have warranted an unsportsmanlike, so it had to be something that he said.
It was very interesting because the linesman came over and kind of protected him to make sure he didn't go after anybody and still ended up taking the penalty.
Well, I noticed right as Chow was going off, the ref was kind of looking like on his face was thinking about it, and then he finally blew the whistle.
So we're back underway. Minot in the middle of their power play. This power play will continue into the third period if they can't score in the next 29 seconds. As they continue to dominate this hockey game, the shots are 37-13. As it stands right now, as this one rings home, that's number 10, Craig Fournier, and that's a hat trick for Craig. Goals 8, 9, and 10 of the season as he scores the...
And they're going to keep the puck on that one.
Yeah, Spurs is 8 for the 8th goal of the night.
Well, why not? You score a hat trick, keep the puck, put on the mantle.
So that's the second power play goal of the night for Minot. They're 2 for 5, and we're 15.2 away from heading to the intermission. And I'd be very curious to see what's in the notes in Brett Harris's pocket for this second intermission for these guys.
Yeah, it'll be, tell you what, if you're a player, it might be a bit of an awkward locker room.
And here comes Minot looking to beat the buzzer as the pass behind, and now the horn sounds. And that'll be it for period number 2. The Beavers put up 5 in the middle frame, and they have control of this one, 8-0 through 2 periods.
Yeah, kind of a dominating period from Minot State, but I mean, it was kind of an interesting period, kind of a weird feel to it in a way. I mean, you talk about ebb and flow. There's definitely a lot of ebb to this period. And look, I mean, here's the thing: you still got 20 minutes to play. You still got to fight. That's one of the things that you're expected to do is as an athlete, just keep fighting no matter what the score is. I mean, you'll learn a lot about yourself. I mean, winning's fun, but you got to learn about yourself and how you're going to play. in times like this as well. So a lot of lessons to be learned in the third period and going forward.
All right, we'll see what the Utes can do in this third and final period, trying to get some momentum for tomorrow night's senior night as they trail the Minot State Beavers 8-0 after 2 periods of play. We'll be back in about 18 minutes or so with your third and final period. We'll wrap things up here on a Friday night from Salt Lake City. Through 2 periods, it's 8-0 Minot State here on Utah Hockey Game Day Live. right, hockey fans, welcome back to Salt Lake City as we get ready for our third and final period on this Friday night. The Minot State Beavers have an 8-0 lead over your University of Utah Utes. Matt Coma alongside Boz Echevarri in this one. Looking at your second period stats, 5 goals for the Beavers in that middle frame, scored by number 93, Austin Yano, number 10, Craig Fournier, number 51, Eric Bollifer, number 14, Adam Wowrick, and another one from Craig Fournier. He's hat-trick on the night. He's got 3 goals tonight. A lot of players with points tonight for Minot State. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 players with at least 1 point for Minot tonight. It's been all Beavers in this one.
Yeah, it's been quite a dominating performance. I mean, you look at the penalty sheet, you look at shots on goal, you look at goals. There's a lot of ways pointing over to Minot State, and it's weighing heavily in Minot State's favor. And it goes back. I mean, you could point the blame on the refs. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to make your own breaks. You got to create your own breaks. And that's what it comes down to. What was it? Jake Slaw's in goal now
we'll
for the
see.
Utes.
Jake Slaw, the freshman, will play this third period as we are just waiting for the ice to set here. Power plays 2 for 3 were in Minot in that second period. The Utes did not get a power play, so the Beavers have had 6 power plays. The Utes had 1 at the very start of the game. That's the only ones they've had. Shots 39-13 in favor of the Beavers as we are back underway for this third period. Here comes a turnover, and the shot on Slaw is wide.
Yeah, it looks like there's one of those wet spots on the ice.
Yeah, they found one right in the middle there.
Yeah.
Here comes Barnes, 3-on-2. A shot is just turned aside by Bukowski. As the Utes going to try and get something going here. We're 5-on-5 to start this period. The Utes have not scored a goal against Minot State this season.
Oh, look at them.
The games did not go well last year as well, but they were a little bit better than this year's performances, as both teams are in the middle of wholesale changes.
Young team here for Utah. I mean, it's the point of the season where there's another one.
Yeah, there's still stuck, and here comes a shot. Good glove save from Jake Slaw. And still hold on with 19-10 to go in this contest.
Well, about a week away from pitchers and catchers reporting.
Can you believe it's almost here? It's crazy. I remember it was like just yesterday that the Astros were getting it done.
What a World Series that was.
Seriously. A really sight to see. That was a really fun series to watch for baseball.
Game 5, I mean, it's funny. Game 5 was everything that's great about baseball, but everything that's wrong about baseball.
Yeah, we're waiting just for the ice to settle a little bit. You saw the puck kind of stop in Utah's end a couple times. We're just waiting for the ice to settle down just a little bit as we continue to talk our World Series things.
Yeah, 6 hours for a game is a little too long.
Oh, it's way too long. But it was an entertaining contest, though.
Yeah, well, it was funny because you were watching it and you go, oh, this is a fun game to watch, and then you realize, I'm on the couch for 6 hours.
Yeah, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah.
But, no, it's great. The Houston Astros, your defending champs. Going to wear that gold trim jerseys as most of the champs usually do the year after.
Yeah, a tradition started by the Giants.
Yep.
It's happened a couple of times before that, but officially became a tradition amongst Major League Baseball teams in 2010.
Hey, it's an even year, so you know it's the Giants' year. every year, every even numbered year, they're always. They
made some interesting free agent signings with McCutchen and Evan Longoria. Sorry, I always get those guys mixed up.
So we're just waiting for the ice to set a little bit here. We started a little too early as Minot State basically had 2 breakaways thanks to the puddles in the Utah's end.
Conversations going on in the benches.
We'll thank everybody for joining us tonight. It's Matt and Boz. Boz will be here tomorrow with Jay and for senior night festivities. Be sure you tune in tomorrow. Face off is at about 7:20 or so. Warm ups at 7.
Yeah, Nick Fournier is one of those. One of the seniors that made a couple of trips to D2 national championships. You got Jack Sewell on there.
Sewell will be in there. I believe we're honoring Jackson Barlocker tomorrow.
Yep.
I believe Eric Gosseris, Patrick O'Brien, Cody West,
David Barnes.
I believe that's everyone for tomorrow. I could be missing a couple. We'll have the whole thing for you tomorrow. Be sure to stick around after the broadcast or after the game because that's when the senior festivities happen. We'll have the Camber feed on for you after the game for that. As we're back underway, the Utes on another odd man rush here as West gives it to Bridges, tried to pass it back as Meijer quickly between West and Fournier. Minot gets it back out to center ice. Pendle cuts that pass off, floats one ahead. Stolen by Yano. He'll come in. Looking for his second of the night. Stops in the corner, has a man top of the point. Killian gives it to Brooks near side. He kind of whiffed on the one-time shot. Didn't get a whole lot of lumber on it.
Still on the net.
As they finally dig it out, run hard around the glass. Lipinski will keep it onside. Now Killian from the top of the circle, another glove save, flashing that leather. Another save for Jake Slaw.
Joe West might call that one a little bit outside.
Good framing, though.
It was good. It was great framing.
18-18 to go in the contest. Still 8-0 the score.
Well, kind of a great Super Bowl, too. It was another fun game to watch, another championship performance.
Yeah, Philadelphia Eagles' first ever Super Bowl title, beating the mighty Patriots. Much to the happiness of most of America, except for everyone in the Northeast.
And Dallas.
Dallas, huh?
Well,
oh, well, yeah, Eagles fans, okay.
Elbow, yeah.
And that. So the Utes will get a power play for that one as Perry takes a shot upstairs. It's going to be an elbow, and skating into the box is Adam Wowrick, and that's his second penalty of the night. Perry able to get back up on his under his own power. Good to hear. As the Utes will get just their second power play of the night, their first since about 2 minutes into the first period.
Yeah, no argument there. I mean, that was pretty evident there. I mean, a lot more evident considering it happened right in front of our booth, but.
Yeah. So, penalties to number 14. That's Adam Wowrick, 2 minutes for elbowing. As the Utes set up the power play, Meijer quickly to Pendle. The Utes trying to get on the board here. Starts with one. Pendle, good tip in front by Banks, but it's just steered wide. Utes keep it onside. Meany down low for Banks. Banks, top of the point, Meijer has traffic in front, gives it a Meany one-time shot. It's wide. Pendle off the side of the net. Now Banks, passed by two Beavers, as they're able to steal it away and clear it down the ice. Good passing and a good opportunity there for Utah on that last run.
It was a good first 30 seconds from the Utes. Of course, a lot of the opportunities tonight coming off of the face-off, and that's where Utah got theirs, and we'll see how they break it in and generate their power play.
Utah trying to set something up in the neutral zone here. Nice floated backhanded pass from Lieberknight to Meijer. He'll bring it into the zone, stop at the top of his point. Takes a big check from Lipinski for his effort. And Utah still in control, though. Meany tied up in the corner. King going to try and dig it out. So is Banks in there. King now has it. Walks in. Tries to go down low. Banks back to Meany. Lost control of it. Now in a battle. Backhanded here to the near side. Minot State's going to get to it in time. Morrison outlet pass to Lipinski ahead and just tapped along. Both teams will change up the special team units with 30 seconds to go in the power play. Tristan Lieberknight brings it ahead for Utah. His pass is off target. This will be icing on Utah. Floated just a little too high. 16-15 remains. 19 seconds left in the Wowrick penalty.
Kind of see the difference between Minot State and the University of Utah. I mean, through this game, we talked about the tape-to-tape passing of Minot State, but one of the other things that we should mention is also the fact that Minot State squeezing a lot of those passes into some tight windows.
Yeah, I'd say it's very precise and just. It's like I'm watching a high-level junior team, which most of these players from Minot are junior-level players. You see the Utes, they have a handful of junior players, but still have a couple of high school products and here and there. As the penalty's now over, Minot State back to full strength. But all these kids, either at some point in their junior career or just now, they had aspirations for making it to that next level.
Yeah, whether it be, playing at the NCAA level or even in the minor league per se.
Which is still possible for anyone, as this one is scored. That's going to be Lyndon Lipinski, his first of the night. And
Yeah, it looks like Slaw just lost that one in the myriad of feet and legs.
A lot of bodies in front.
Yeah.
That just slid through the 5-hole of Slaw. And that matches the last contest between these two teams. 9-0 now the score, 15:31 to go.
You got to start with one. Once you get one, in a way, you don't want to say it gets the monkey off the back, but takes a little bit of pressure off.
So that's Linden's 16th of the year, and that ties in with Austin Yano for the team lead in goals with 16.
I think in the way, though, I mean, you look at the ACHA and maybe some players who come down from the junior rank. I mean, in a way, it affords them actually a pretty interesting opportunity because, I mean, you're paying to go to college, and you're also paying your way to keep playing hockey and at a competitive level. I mean, these guys aren't slouches by any means. And,
oh no.
And this is still a real strong brand of hockey, and for these student athletes to keep playing it, it's really a privilege to watch it, to bring it to you, and to be a part of it because it is fun. It's fun for these players. It's fun for the coaches. It's even fun for us up here in the booth.
Yeah, and from a Utah perspective, playing a team like Minot, this is what the bar is. If you want to be a national champion at this level, this is the level you're going to have to play at.
Yeah, and this is why you schedule teams like Minot State, because, hey, you set the standard and you want to play the standard because you want to gauge yourself on how your program is progressing year in and year out. And last year they played Minot really strong. And, they didn't get the results that you wanted, but some years you take a step back. Other years you're right there with the competition, and that's what.
Here we go. Here comes Banks on a breakaway. Walks in. It's shot is deflected. Good back check from the defense for Minot State. Denies that opportunity as he goes up out of play.
I mean, but you just want to know where you are compared to the bar. It's why everyone wants to play Alabama, because Alabama's a standard. It's why everyone wants to play a shot at the Patriots, because if you can beat the Patriots on the biggest stage, your franchise is in a pretty good spot. It's why you play the best, is because you want to know where you are compared to other programs. And as Ric Flair always said, if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
That's right. Here come the Beavers 3-on-2. Nice save from Slaw, and the Utes break the puck out. This is a delayed offside. Utes just trying to get some momentum. Same two teams tomorrow night, the final home game of the season for Utah. As Banks brings it in, he'll fire a shot. This one again, deflected. Active sticks for Minot. Forces that one up out of play. Tomorrow will be the final home game of the season for Utah. They're not done, though, after tomorrow. They'll go to Norman, Oklahoma for the first time. Next weekend, they'll take on the Sooners to wrap up this season and then head into the golfing season, as I like to call it, the off season for hockey players.
Kind of an early start for golf season here in Utah as well.
Yeah, everybody, seen a couple of the local courses full this afternoon, and highs in the near 60s today. Unseasonably warm winter here in Utah.
Kind of disappointed. I know maybe some of the Alabama kids a little disappointed.
Yeah, I talked with their coach when they were there. They were expecting a whole lot of snow. Not a whole lot to see here this year. Still enough to have a good time up in the mountains.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's not a whole lot to really do. I mean, a lot of man-made snow, and kind of might have that wakeboarding feeling in it if you're a snowboarder.
Minot State back in their own end. Morrison will set things up once again. As this pass off target, this will be icing on the Beavers. We had 12:15 to go.
Of course, Olympic facilities here. Practice facility 2002. I mean, word is out. Salt Lake in the bid for 2030.
Looking like 2030 now instead of 2026. Of course, battling with Tahoe and Denver for the US bid.
Yeah.
And then you got to go against the world bid.
But I mean, at least from our standpoint, I mean, all three of those cities are exceptionally solid to host the Winter Olympics. Of course, Lake Tahoe a little bit more remote than both Denver and Salt Lake.
Yeah, definitely, you'd have to do Tahoe and Reno probably, a joint bid between those two.
Yeah.
Just due to the fact there isn't a whole lot in Lake Tahoe. If you've ever been up there, it's gorgeous up there. But
I mean, you're not exactly away from the world. There's shades of Nevada in there.
Yeah, you got the casinos on the border there, and a couple of big hotels. But other than that, it's just a very beautiful, serene mountain town.
Yeah.
So we'll see where Salt Lake ends up with that. Of course, Denver's the other one. You remember back in the 80s, the failed bid from Denver trying to host the Olympics. I'm sure they would like to get another crack at it.
Of course, Denver, the same problems that Reno would have. Of course, the closest probably main resort's about 2 hours away from Denver. So,
Yep.
That's something that might factor in. Of course,
Everything just proximity-wise just makes sense here.
I mean, Tahoe, in a way, did host the Olympics in 1960
Yeah.
up in Squaw Valley.
This one's up out of play. 10:57 to go. Still 9-0 to score here. Yeah.
Of course,
Squaw
less sports
Yes.
in 1960 than there are
Compared.
today.
How about the mixed curling?
Oh,
Making its debut in the Olympics the other night. The Wisconsin brother-sister pair winning the first ever mixed curling match against the Olympic athletes from Russia.
Got to see part of Canada-Finland last night during the mixed.
The beauty of the time change, it's curling after hours. You get that late night curling. It starts around 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, bring out hashtag Olympics after dark.
The opening ceremony went underway around 7 o'clock this morning, our time.
Of course, probably airing live right now if you're, hopefully you're still watching.
Hopefully you got it on the TV and joining us on your computer or phone or tablet.
Probably DVRing it.
Could do that too.
It's a long ceremony. Yeah.
As it's offside. And moving on is 10-10 to go here in this period. Banks and Foreman kind of get together there for a second.
Yeah, a little bit of an unneeded shove.
Of course, the nation of Tonga represented well in the opening ceremonies. That was the big viral sensation today on Twitter.
Again, Tonga making news. Yeah, absolutely.
Say,
that's a bold strategy walking in.
Going shirtless in 10-degree weather. That's cold.
Well, you think about it too. He's coming from a tropical island, man. That's
still was okay though.
Talk about mental fortitude. That's a lot of mental fortitude right there.
Yeah. You had the island of one of the other islands wearing shorts.
Yeah.
Out there as well. Coming in with shorts on. As here comes a shot. Rises up over the glass. That was Swedlow that had an opportunity to extend the lead to double digits. Instead, this puck goes up and out of play with 9:30 to go. We're past the halfway point on the second period. Third period.
Any events you're really looking forward to watch over the next 2 weeks?
I'm still curious to watch the hockey. So, of course, the NHL not going. So it's more of from the U.S. and Canada perspective. It's a lot of NCAA hockey players and major junior players that are going to be some names that you don't really necessarily know as a household name that you normally do in the Olympics. But you're curious to see how they do. I'm always a big fan of the bobsled and luge events.
Yeah. Of course, the U.S. team led by a former NHL player.
That's right.
Brian Giunta.
Yeah. Alpine skiing's always good. Michaela Schifrin's an excellent skier. Speed skiing's always fun as well. Winter Olympics.
I think Mommy By Me might be the one. Like I'm very intrigued in that story, and I'm excited to see her race. Of course, got to see her race out here. But the speed skater out of, I believe it was Ghana. Father, of course, driving down the street, wanted her to kind of experience the U.S. and drove by an outdoor rink and taught her daughter how to skate, and decided to become a speed skater.
Yeah, it was really entertaining watching her here. Of course, the U.S. Olympic trials are held here in Salt Lake every 4 years.
Yep.
Just out at the Kearns Oval, just a stone's throw away from where we're at here. As the Utes come 3-on-3, Gosserius from the red line. That's an easy save for Bukowski. It looks like he's on his way to his 15th win of the season. We'll move him to 15-0. All three of these goaltenders for Minot State, Boz, all under 1.4 goals allowed average, and all the save percentages above 93%. That's a very stellar goaltending core that Minot State has.
Talk about why a team only has 3 losses. It all starts with a man in between the pipes, and that's exactly why Minot State, #1 team, and you have a goalie who has those kind of averages, and can not only just keep your team in there, but kind of make it exceptionally difficult for the other team to score.
Hey, and the broadcaster's curse ends up working as the Darren Banks puts it through the 5-hole. And the Utah's on the board, their first goal of the season against Minot State, and it's Darren Banks who puts it home.
Well, it's one of those where you talk about an odd man rush, everyone going to the net and looking for a rebound, and that's where it was. Exactly what happened, and kind of get the monkey off the back and get on the board first time this year.
So Darren Banks gets the goal. It's going to be Darren's 9th of the season. So he's one away from double digits in his first year here with the Utes. And it's 9-1. So Utah able to play spoilers for the shutout. Gives the local home fans here something to cheer about. As of course, Banks had the tying goal in the third period of that last Friday against Alabama. Otto Chow gets an assist on the goal as well, so that's points in 2 straight games for Otto.
Talk about momentum and kind of streaky players. That's where you want to be. I mean, you want a game like this, you need to hang a positive somewhere. Right now, getting that 1 goal being the positive, it's something that you can kind of roll into. Hey, we played hard, we earned a goal, we grinded one out. See what happens after this.
So here comes Kadar. Utes trying to keep going. They're offside though. They'll have to retreat on this one. See how hard Minot presses after giving up that goal. Here's Gano center on the near side. They come 3-on-3. Leaves it for Briscoe. Back across the ice, looking for Yano behind him. They set up in the zone. Top of the point, Yano gives it quickly over to the far side. Weaving through, can't hold on to the puck though, and Reed Hunter will just send this one down. It goes off a goaltender comes out, so no icing.
Looks like they're also rolling a deflection as well.
So Minot will reset with 7:11 to go.
Tell you what's going to be fun, U.S. and Canada in the same group.
Yes. You usually don't, well actually you do see that a lot, but you see it a lot, not necessarily in the Olympics, but you see it in World Juniors.
Yeah.
Where you'll see U.S. and Canada play, so that way they're on the opposite sides of the bracket when it comes to the medal round, as it will. So should be an entertaining game out there in South Korea.
Pyeongchang, yeah, 40 miles from the DMZ. A lot of I think what's nice about the Olympics, you kind of just leave politics out of it.
Oh, and it was absolutely seeing the photos this morning, the North and South Korean athletes coming into the stadium together. Just a bond of unity there, just kind of representing each other. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I think you look at it, especially from the American standpoint, it's, this is, you leave politics out of it, and you enjoy events for the next 3 weeks here.
They say the world comes together for 2 weeks.
That's the theory. Until there's some kind of controversy in short track speed skating.
Or there's a figure skating judge that does something that they probably shouldn't do.
I'll tell you what, man, that is short track speed skating.
That's intense stuff.
Like,
went to the U.S. trials over at the Oval. It's something to watch it on TV, but it's completely different to see it in person.
It's furious. It is
intense.
I mean, it's interesting because it's like you don't know. No one knows the rules, but it's just fun to watch. And then if someone goes down, you don't know who's getting DQ'd.
Yeah, on the false starts and all that. I'd say it's very crazy stuff. A lot of hand fighting and stuff like that, hand checking.
Yeah. I mean, I think the one problem speed skating has It might be the one problem that hockey gets associated with, and it's just resurfacing the ice. And,
yeah, I can see that.
And as much as you talk about trying to grow the sport and a lot of downtime, for as much time as hockey plays, and it's when it's going on, it's a fabulous sport. But those intermissions are
They take a while.
Yep.
Where you need those network time fillers. You need some other events going on.
Sure, especially if you're on YouTube, especially during the ACHA National Championships, plenty of great videos that you can fill your downtime with in between periods.
Yeah. Say we should, at least from the D1 level, we should have intermission content this time around. So that'll be exciting. We'll have interviews with players and coaches, and who knows, maybe some feature segments if time allows.
Production planning.
Yeah, I'd say it all depends on staffing, all that great stuff there. But it should be a fun time in Columbus. We hope you join us on the broadcast. You can again search on YouTube the 2018 ACHA Championships. You'll see all the games are already up there. Yet we don't know who's going. We know a couple of teams that are going. This Minot State team will be going. One of the auto bids has already been decided in Division I. Pittsburgh is going for the second straight year, despite being they won their conference. So despite not being ranked, they'll get a return trip to Columbus.
There's a hard shot there from the point by Foreman.
Yeah, good block at the top is just kind of setting up with under 4 minutes to go here. Of course, Adrian will probably be. Oh, that rings the post behind Slaw. That got behind him. Adrian will be there as well. Usually the number 2 team in the ACHA. Another one of those top teams. Yeah, Jamestown will be there. We'll see a lot of the Western teams. We'll see Colorado. We'll see Arizona probably going.
I think Arizona State's in there as well.
And I think they're right outside the.
Or they might be on the bubble, yeah.
So they may not be going after having so many years as one of the top teams in this D1 level. Kind of a down year for the Sun Devils. Kind of a down year across the board. The D2 team may not make the West Regionals either.
Yeah. So
the Arizona State club teams could be shut out of the postseason for the first time in a very long time.
Especially weird considering the tiers that they have.
Yeah, of course, making that jump to NCAA hockey. The team's still making strides.
Yep. I think one of the things with that as well is trying to get the other Pac-12 schools to join you, or at least, see what you could do with joining DU, and or at least maybe seeing if you could get another Pac-12 school up there.
Yep. We're expecting UNLV to probably be the next team to make the jump out here in the West. Of course, with the great facilities out there in Vegas and how well the Golden Knights are doing.
Yeah.
Hockey's a big thing in Vegas right now, and UNLV riding that all the way to ACHA D1 status. They'll be going to the tournament for the first time at the D1 level this season after going to Columbus at the D2 level last year. And the shot is just wide. We're down to the final 2 minutes here, so it should be a fun ACHA tournament. It's always entertaining for the D1 level because it's the single elimination.
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 teams over the span of 5 days battling for this tournament as Slaw makes a good save and holds on with 1:53 to go.
Yeah, win or go home there, and it's, no one ever wants to make that a short trip, especially for.
Yeah, no one wants to be that first round game and have that early exit. So.
Yeah.
So, but we'll have all the games on YouTube. That'll be entertaining to watch. Of course, you'll be able to rewatch them again and again. You can still watch games from our other broadcasts as well. We hosted the D2 Nationals here in 2015. Went out and did the D2 Nationals for the ACHA in 2016 in Philadelphia.
Yep.
We'll be honored to bring you the tournament coming up here in just a couple of weeks. Starts March 9th is the first day of competition. The D1 tournament will kick things off.
It'll be interesting too. Especially if you're a coach, having access on YouTube. It'll be an interesting film session.
Yeah. Should be a lot of exciting stuff down there. Second year being in Columbus. The tournament will move to Dallas for the next 2 years after this season. Play out of the Stars practice facility.
sure you'd probably get a kick out of that.
I'm excited for that, but that's just because I'm a Dallas Stars fan. We're down to the final minute of this contest here. Cody West walks in. He fires a shot off the side of the net. Bukowski might have got a piece of that one. As the Utes, if the score holds, it is an improvement over the last time these two teams met. An 8-goal game versus a 9-goal game.
Yep.
Kept them on to double digits.
Got a goal out of it as well.
So down to 23 seconds remaining here in this one. Utes will just hack at it. Minot probably try to eat away these 13 seconds. We'll make one last rush here. Pass in front. Lipinski just wide. 4 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. That's going to be it for this contest. The Utes get a goal on the board in the third period to deny Bukowski the shutout. But it's the Beavers that get it done. 9-1 the final here on a Friday night.
Yeah, I mean, kind of a dominating performance by Minot State. And I think if you're Brett Hurst, this is the film, and these are the teams that you look at and say, you show your team, hey, this is where we want to be. We want to be to this point, so we got to work and we got to grind it out to get to this point. Of course, a hat trick for Minot State, and this is the bar. This is why you play these games, is to learn what you have. Obviously, learn what you have going into next year, but also be like, hey, like if we want to be this team, we got to figure out how we're going to get players that Minot State has, and how to find those players.
So Minot State, they get their 29th win of the season. They're now 29-2-0-0-1 on the season. For the Utes, it's their 20th loss of the season, 6-20-0-1. Their record on the season. A 3-point night, a hat trick for Craig Fournier for Minot State, as he leads the way in points for Minot. I mentioned Bukowski, he's now 15-0, just 1 goal away from that shutout. He'll look for that probably tomorrow night against these two teams. As the Utes salute the fans that made the trip out. We'll hope for a packed crowd tomorrow night as senior night makes its way through Salt Lake City tomorrow. The final home game of the regular season for Utah, as they'll say goodbye to their seniors tomorrow night. 7 o'clock face-off, or 7 o'clock warm-up, 7:20 face-off tomorrow night. You'll be right here on the call, on the broadcast. Boz will have the call for you along with Jay Sewell, and it's always a fun time for, when senior night comes around.
Yeah, you know, kind of unfortunately you'll be on assignment tomorrow,
yeah,
but yeah, always a good night to recognize the achievements of these seniors, of course, helping transition the team to Division I after going to national championships in Division II for the final 2 years that they were in Division II. So a good opportunity here to kind of recognize that group of kids and everything that they've done for this team and this program over the past 4 years.
All right, so we'll see how the Utes honor their seniors tomorrow night. The final score is 9-1. The Utes get the goal in the third period from Darren Banks. Otto Chow, the lone assist on the night, as the Utes will look to end their home schedule with a win against the number 1 team in Minot tomorrow. That's going to do it for us on the broadcast tonight. We want to thank each and every one of you for joining us here on this one. Remember to join Boz and Jay tomorrow night on the call, as they'll bring you the senior night festivities here from Salt Lake City. The next time you'll hear my voice will be in Columbus for the ACHA tournament in a couple of weeks. I hope you guys tune in for that one. It should be a fantastic time out there in Ohio. 9-1 the final score tonight for everybody here with the University of Utah hockey program. For Josh Hafley, our cameraman, Boz, our awesome color man extraordinaire, I'm Matt Como saying good night, and we'll see you again tomorrow night for the senior night home finale for the University of Utah. 9-1 the final. Minot State gets the win. You've been watching University of Utah hockey. Have a great rest of your Friday night. We'll see you again here tomorrow night.